It's another thankful Thursday in the land of the living, and I am thankful and grateful to be in your presence on this fine, rainy Thursday morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Grenada, Carriacou, PG, Martinique, bless up your whole spicy cells. It is June 24th, 2021. Thank you to those of you joining us on the GBN, Grenada Broadcasting Network's Facebook page, the Grenada Broadcasting Network's YouTube channel, the website www.gbn.gd, GBN TV channel 7, 11, and 20. Those of you joining us on Classic 105.5, 105.9, and all the viewers and listeners on Party Grenada and Go To Fet Facebook pages. It is a pleasure to have you. Trust you had a restful Wednesday. Cover down under some sheets and blankets. Some of us with socks and leggings and long sleeve t-shirts in the cold of the night. Whatever kind of night you had, however you spent it, I hope it was restful, peaceful, enjoyable, and full of rest and sleep. I am grateful for the hours of sleep that I get. Thank you so much for joining us. Those of you across the Caribbean, whichever part of the region you are, a spicy Grenadian 473 morning to each and every one of you. And those of you joining us internationally, good morning, good afternoon, good night. Hope you will have a good day, are having a good day, have had a good day. Bless up your whole selves. Let's get into this morning's word of the day. I have some important information to share in a very short while, so no sticking. This morning's word of the day is emeritus. Emeritus. It's spelled E-M-E-R-I-T-U-S. Emeritus. It is an adjective which means holding after retirement an honorary title corresponding to that held during active service, or it also means retired from an office or position. Emeritus. It was used to describe soldiers who had completed their duty. It is a past participle of the verb emeri, meaning to serve out one's term, and comes from the prefix e, meaning out, and merere, meaning to earn, deserve, or serve. Emeritus entered the English language in the late 17th century. That's the word of the day this morning, emeritus, E-M-E-R-I-T-U-S, an adjective which means holding after retirement an honorary title corresponding to that held during active service or retired from an office or position. An example of the use of the word: she started her career in 1980 and retired as CEO Emeritus in 2018. Another example of the use of the word: following her retirement after 35 years of teaching, she will remain affiliated with the university as a Professor Emeritus. That's the word of the day this morning, E-M-E-R-I-T-U-S, emeritus, an adjective which means holding after retirement an honorary title corresponding to that held last during active service or retired from an office or position. That's tune. Yeah, when I hear them, I decided to take it away. I could get it. That's the word of the day. Straight into this morning's thought of today. As you go about this beautiful, thankful Thursday, the thought is a word. The thought of today is, yes, grow. But don't convince yourself those past versions of you were worthless. You wouldn't be here without them. Yes, grow. But don't convince yourself those past versions of you were worthless. You wouldn't be here without them. A lot of the things, and not a lot, all the things that we went through in our past, even yesterday, as far back as you can remember, helped mold each and every one of us into the person, into the people we are today. I wouldn't be Blossom without some of the things that I went through. You wouldn't be, I'm going to name some names. You wouldn't be Miss Margaret. You wouldn't be Miss Alice, Miss Agnes, Mr. Bob. Who else? Mr. Stephen. Who else? Hold on. Uncle Michael. You wouldn't be Elroy. Good morning, Brother Elroy. You wouldn't be Elroy. You wouldn't be Sister Judy Fraser if you didn't go through the things that you went to. Morning, Sister Judy. You wouldn't be who you are if you didn't go through those things. So it's not that it was worthless, but it helped mold you into who you are today. They were stepping stones and lessons and steps that you needed to take on this journey called life. So yes, grow, but don't convince yourself those past versions of you were worthless. You wouldn't be here without them. Bless up, give thanks for the past that you went through. It has taught you a lot, and you're you because of your past. All right, we are going to skip what is celebrated today and get right into some information. All right, no, because of, I was going to say overnight rain, but we have been having intermittent rain, scattered showers. Let me talk like a Met man. We've been having scattered showers for the past maybe 2 weeks or so. It was constant last night, which has resulted in a major landslide on the western side of the island. Coming in this morning, I saw footage. Good morning, Sherry and Noel. I saw some footage, some pictures and so from a major landslide between Perseverance and Brazan St. George on the western side of the island, which has deemed the road impassable, at least for now. And from the pictures that I'm seeing, it's going to take a while to clean it. Therefore, motorists, you're asked to find alternative routes to get to and from your destinations, St. George, or if you're going up the western side, use alternative routes or you'll be stuck waiting for them to clear that landslide for a few hours. Well, based on the footage I'm seeing, there's debris, trees, of course, mud, and that's from what I'm seeing. It's the nice, juicy stretch of road. The nice juicy stretch of road that people feel like could just zoom. It's along that stretch of road right there. So be mindful, a landslide between Perseverance and Brazan St. George, which has rendered the road impassable. Motorists, bus drivers, or if you're driving your private vehicles, you're asked to find alternative routes to get to and from St. George, and because they're of the landslide. It's going to take some hours. Once I get the information, whether it's from traffic department or somebody in the area that the road has been cleared, of course, I will pass it on to you. But as of now, the landslide is still in the road. So find alternative routes. That alternative route seems like it will be Belvedere, which will make your trip to St. George or from St. George a bit longer. I remember when that road was impassable some years ago when they were fixing it, when they was putting in that same piece of juicy road. It looks like that will be the alternative route. Ooh, we need to get a shorter alternative route from the western side to come to St. George. Everywhere else have 3 and 4 ways to get to wherever you're going. But that's the only one I picture. And yes, St. Patrick, but that's longer anyway. I got to say government, but it's all right. Let me leave them alone. So, western side people, find alternative routes to get to St. George this morning. You may have to leave home earlier. So don't wait for your special bus. Any bus you see, hop on it earlier because you will take longer to get to St. George to get to work for 8. It's already 6:45. So, western side has been rendered impassable by a landslide. Once it is cleared, I will pass it on to you. Yesterday, there was some information about a landslide in Redgate, I believe it was, a boulder coming down in Redgate. I think that was cleared yesterday, but that's a reminder to be mindful, be cautious, be careful. A lot, because of all the rain, a landslide can be happening any and everywhere where there's cliff, mud, even if it's just mud. If it's trees, there are boulders on some sticky places. Just be mindful, cautious, careful traversing, especially today following the overnight rains yesterday. All right, so that's my warning to each and every one of you as we prepare for the morning edition of news. For those of you on radio and those of you on our visual platforms, it's time for highlights of last evening's newscast. It's Good Morning Grenada on what is expected to be another rainy day here in the Isle of Spice and the Southern Caribbean. Good Morning Grenada, we'll be right back.
Some bus operators will face charges as several offensive weapons were confiscated by police on Wednesday. This comes days after a video posted on social media shows drivers and conductors of 2 passenger buses involved in an altercation brandishing weapons. We get more in this Chrislina John report.
Busmen were in for a surprise Wednesday morning as members of the Royal Grenada Police Force Eastern Division cracked down on the use of offensive weapons. These operations were conducted on the Grenville bus terminus along the streets of Hermitage, Butch Grove, Granitang and St. David. Officer in charge of the division, Superintendent Sylvan McIntyre, says the operation was intended to counter what they deemed an emerging trend.
Believed that public transports were being used in a manner that was not conducive to what we would call good service in the sense that people were being placed at risk and people were in fear that some things could happen. And this emanated out of a situation where a video circulated where we saw the behavior of some of these bus drivers and conductors, the way they conducted themselves, and it is believed that they were armed with offensive weapons.
Several dangerous weapons were retrieved, Superintendent McIntyre says. From reports, commuters as well as some busmen were quite cooperative.
We were able to confiscate quite a number of offensive items, ranging from cutlasses, knives, modified screwdrivers, sticks, and other pieces of steel that could be used to harm persons. Quite a number of persons were charged for the offense or will be charged for the offense, and because we are very conscious of the hindrances and the inconveniences that could have been caused by persons going to and from work, the officers proceeded to deal with the situation, and they will make the appearance in the court whenever that time comes.
The officer left this assurance for the general public.
The people of Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit-Martinique, and in particular persons of the Eastern Division, they can count on us to be very assertive in our policing. We would be responsive and we will also be proactive. If we think that things are going to happen, we are going to put measures in place to counter it. And we think that crimes can be on the increase, that people could be put into further fear and danger, and as proactive police officers, we will mount more operations, not just for bus drivers, not just for persons that are in public transport, but for every area of crime that we think we need to address.
Chrislina John, GBN News.
One elderly man is in agony as he tries to come to grips with how he will get compensation for his damaged vehicle, which was vandalized by someone he claims begged him for money. Rena Pear-Thomas tells us more in this report.
Henry Toussaint, a 61-year-old retiree and now a farmer from Winter Forest and David, came to the doors of GBN heartbroken to tell his story. The front and back windscreen and driver's window of his vehicle were vandalized by a young man he claims begged him for money, to which he refused.
I was by myself, but telling me shop on St. John Street, they having a drink, and this guy, young guy, always harassing me. So he came and he asked me to buy him a drink. And I say, boy, I don't for you to buy me a drink. And he was coming up in my face and telling me, I like you, and I like you. And we was having another confrontation, and which he ended up to a high talk. So at the time I go to come out to my van because that would cause confusion. I just started the van to move. I pull, mash up the driver's glass. So I stop. When I stop, I pull again, mash up the rear glass. So I stop and I pull up the handbrakes. So I say I may go and get some assistance. So I went out to the terminal to get some assistance with the police. The police is come. When he came back, the front glass mashed up just the same.
Toussaint said the young man, believed to be in his late 30s, always begged on the street of St. George. The farmer said he is in distress as he will not be able to use his only transport to do his normal garden run, and is wondering where will he get the money to repair the damage.
In the end, I might have to end up fixing my vehicle for myself, because jailing him doesn't be satisfactory to me. He might get jail, and that might be the satisfactory to the government, but that's not satisfactory for me. Because I want nobody to fix that. You have a job to say I could go on at the workplace and tell the boss to give me so much and so much money per week. It don't work no way.
Toussaint believes that the negative actions of some young men is sending the wrong message to adults in society.
Why people with a strong and healthy and just wouldn't go and look for work to do, begging for $5, $2, a drink, a rum, and everything. I don't know what I don't know the message you sending. The message you just sending a wrong message.
The elderly man thinks that something needs to be done about these young men who go about begging on the streets to prevent his experience from happening to anyone else. For GBN News, I am Rena Pear-Thomas reporting.
Forced to pay a lease and another asked to break down and move out. That's the predicament of two small business people in the Bush-Eju area at Happy Hill, St. George. They are urgently pursuing the attention of Prime Minister and Parliamentary Representative Dr. Keith Mitchell to remedy this matter. Let's hear more from Chrislina John.
These wayside vendors say all they are trying to do is merely survive. Christine Stephen lost her home through fire a few years ago. As a single mother without a job, she's struggling to rebuild and look after her children from a small shop she built on what she says was once a pile of stones along the shoreline. Now she says she is forced to pay a lease for an area she created.
So I needed something to go by. So I see this place here, which not here, but I end up backfilling here. There are some loose stone where the leg up there, and I let it backfill here for me. And my mother's shop, my cousin, they mash it up, and I let it bring it here. So I backfill here, and then I go to the Prime Minister and ask him. I didn't just come here like that. And then he come and he watch it, and then give me the go ahead.
During construction, claims to the property were made by one Mr. Leroy Nichols. With little to no income, she says she was requested to pay Mr. Nichols $500 to start, and at the end of each year to pay $300 and cover the paperwork's cost, which amounts to a further $200 plus.
Him that I backfill here, he didn't have nothing here, so I tell him it's go easy on me because my house is just born and I need just something to go by. Then he tell me he got to rent me here, he got to lease the land for me. So he rent me here. And I look up, come out and pay him.
Brenda Frederick considers herself a victim. Similar to Stephen, she too backfilled an area and built a small shop, she says. Hustling to make $1, she says she was taken to court without prior notice. She says she was not given a fair opportunity as the matter was called behind her back.
First thing Leroy Nichols sent to me was a letter to break my place. He did not come to me like everybody is saying they're paying a rent. He did not come to me and say I have to pay a rent. He sent a letter that I have to break down. So Richie sent a letter now that everybody running to him to decide to pay a rent, but I did not do that. So he sent a court paper for me to go to court. The magistrate tell me that I have to break down in a month, and which is this month. It ended at this month, and I have to pay $843 back for he liar, he bailiff, and other stuff. I did show up, but I didn't know which. Well, number one court was the only court we had session going on at the moment, and they called the case behind my back. First court appearance.
The two females, along with another relative, wants the PM to understand their struggle and come to their rescue.
Government help us, understand? Because I'm not working anyway and my house is still not finished. Since after he got born, and I'm not working anyway, and I got 7 kids. That's what I depend on. There's like a business here.
Calling on the Prime Minister to really address the situation, because this is his constituency and he have a big say in that. As a matter of fact, she went to the Prime Minister on 3 occasions. And the Prime Minister, to me, based on my knowledge, he know the area here. And I think that the Prime Minister should be in a position whereby he understand that this piece of, well, let me say, reconstructed land is not Mr. Leroy.
GBN sought a response from Mr. Leroy Nichols.
We don't know about that. They have not backfilled any area, and we don't know about that. The property is mine, okay, and it has been from way back. It was in court, and I guess that's why she told you that. And the court, obviously, if we didn't have ownership or title to the land, could not have given judgment in our favor.
Mr. Nichols added that Ms. Frederick was ordered to cease construction. However, she continued. He also added that she was served a notice and refused to adhere to those requests. Chrislina John, GBN News.
SGU employees who, for varying reasons, chose not to take the COVID-19 vaccine say they will not cease the struggle until they get answers. They say they feel neglected by the trade union that is supposed to be representing them.
In the inclement weather, workers who were denied entry into the SGU compound for their refusal to take the COVID-19 vaccine turned up once again at the entrance of the SGU compound on Wednesday. They say they are disappointed in the union representing them, the Technical and Allied Workers Union, who only showed up once. They say they were given the assurance they will return, however, left them hanging in the balance.
Our struggle continues. As long as we doesn't get a response from the union, and at the same time too, it seems as though the struggle with we and the union is like hopeless. The union came in once. The same Tuesday I came down here, they came here, they said it's going to come back, they never did. And last Thursday we had a meeting with the management and we put forward all our concerns and queries that the workers had, and we are waiting a response from the school. So far the union hasn't given me no feedback as to the response yet, so I'm hoping and praying that maybe we get feedback before the week up so I can relate to the staff what is transpiring.
Shop steward Lennox Braffett says they are not certain about the vaccine and continue to stand by their decision not to take the available AstraZeneca.
A guy like me who had 2 blood clots in my life, should I take a vaccine that will further cause more blood clots? And still for all, my doctor telling me take the vaccine, which I personally wouldn't do. I won't take anyone. Wherever from who, I will be vaccine free because I don't trust the science and I don't trust the vaccine.
He says the issue of salary payment and holidays due remains unanswered to this day.
At all of these things, as of the 15th, we are no pay leave. We can't ride the bus, our pension is being cut, our health insurance is being cut, what else? All this NIS is being cut. So in other words, I'm going to watch the contractual agreement with the school under no pay leave. No pay leave has to be on my turf. I should request no pay leave. And if ever the school feels necessary, they could grant me no pay leave. They could still deny me. So why should be a no pay leave with all these conditions? In other words, technically I'm being fired.
Job steward Lennox Braffett expressed his gripe with the $10,000 lottery offer for vaccinated people.
Check how low the government stoop to gamble my life. $10,000. I'm sure if we can get $2,000 on the street and buy a ticket for $60,000. Our local lottery $60,000, you know. The lottery together is $3 for a ticket to win $300,000. You give me $10,000 to gamble my whole life. That is real low. I mean, the Minister of Health should really put his face in a caucus bag to tell us that.
Christina John, GBN News.
It's been 5 months since a St. Patrick fisherman lost his boat due to inclement weather. Now his daughter has come up with a plan to get her father back on the sea. Trelana Charles has the details.
My name is Edward Richard Swan. I've been fishing since 1986. Well, my job to me is almost everything. My livelihood, my job to me is taking care of family and everything. That's the old engine of the boat.
Say that again?
That's the old engine from the boat.
So this is all that's left of the boat?
Yeah.
All these little things we see here?
That is, only that thing there. Everything else, I lost everything.
On February 1st, 2021, 67-year-old Richard Swan of Morinfendu St. Patrick suddenly lost his livelihood when his fishing boat anchored at the Sotez Breakwater project was destroyed due to turbulent waves. Local entertainer and his daughter, Sabrina Francis, has launched a fundraising initiative to help her father get back to what he has already dedicated 35 years of his life to. She spoke to GBN about her efforts.
I am trying to raise funds so that my dad could rebuild his boat. The reason is because he's a fisherman and he's been a fisherman all of my life, at least for 35, 40 years he's been fishing. And he recently invested in the last 3 years, like all of his money, all of his savings into a larger boat. My family and I are really trying to get him back to his life, to earning a simple living as a fisherman. That's the goal.
With a target of 25,000 EC dollars, which will cover the cost of an engine for the new boat, she has already started raising funds.
I usually do a treehouse concert once a month. And this treehouse concert on the 12th of June, I dedicated it to my dad so that people streaming in on the live and even the persons there could donate any amount of their choice towards the cause and towards getting him his boat back. And yeah, that was good. I think so far we've been able to raise at least $1,800 the last time I checked. And the goal is about 25,000. So we're on the way there, and I'm going to keep it running for a little while still.
She said her father, who was devastated by the loss of his boat, has been much happier since receiving support from his family.
The fact that he has his kids who could really stand behind him and support him makes him really, really hopeful. And right now he back at it, he happy, talking, he jolly because he feels like things are happening and there is a possibility that he would be able to get back onto the ocean soon. So if you would like to donate, you could always reach out to me on Facebook. The link is there on my Facebook page, Sabrina Francis Music. And yeah, we're trying to raise $25,000 for my dad.
It's not over yet, it's not over yet. You've done it before and you'll do it again. You've got 9 lives. Yeah. It's not over yet, it's not over yet.
Trelawna Charles, GBN News.
Good stuff. Students of the St. George's Anglican Junior School and Senior School have embarked on an initiative to give back by donating items to children in St. Vincent and the Grenadines who may be feeling out of place due to the country's recent volcanic eruption. Rena Pierre-Thomas tells us more.
It was an act of love, friendship and support by the St. George's Anglican Junior School and the Senior School as they proudly showcase the neatly wrapped shoeboxes containing various gifts to the GBN News team. Over the past month, the students have been gathering different games, books, toys, and other items that they would like to give to children in neighboring St. Vincent and the Grenadines, who were affected by the eruption of the La Soufrière volcano. The students now have more than 100 boxes packed and ready for shipment to St. Vincent with the hope to put smiles on many faces. 6th grader Daniel Simon and 5th grader Nalia Simon told GBN why they decided to take part in the initiative.
And I took part because I wanted to help the other children in St. Vincent, because it must be a very scary thing having all the volcanoes erupting and homes being destroyed. So I wanted to help to make them feel better.
I took part in this initiative because I wanted to help children that can't go to school, they don't have food or clothes, or they don't really have that much supplies or money. So I send them this box to make them feel better, and at least it helps them to live through.
Assisted by the PTA executive of the school and NADMA, the boxes will be delivered to the students of the Lomans Anglican Primary School and the Anglican Cathedral in SVG. Reese Sam, president of the PTA executive, says that each box has something extra special for the children.
Another feature of this drive was that from the PTA we decided that this is an opportunity to reinvigorate the pen pal kind of communication where children write snail mail to unknown other children and become friends with them over a period of time, which would involve enhancing their letter writing skills and learning about other countries, cultures and stuff like that. So the children would have written a letter, put it in their box, and a picture of themselves. They would have put that there as well, and that is basically our shoebox initiative.
Sam recalled that after the passage of Hurricane Ivan in 2004, many Grenadian children benefited from similar projects from different islands. The boxes will be delivered to NADMA today, Wednesday, to be shipped. But just before it leaves the shore of Spice Country, Grenada, the students had this to say.
We love you, St. Vincent and the Grenadines.
For GBN News, I am Rena Pierre-Thomas reporting.
That's such a great initiative. Now we turn our attention to what has been creating a buzz on social media. Trelawna Charles has been looking around the platforms.
This is Social Buzz, where we shine a light on the thoughts and concerns of our online audience. As Grenada prepares to host the T20 cricket match this weekend, Grenadians were reminded by Chairman of the National Organizing Committee, Troy Garvey, that only those who are fully vaccinated are allowed to attend.
Because they have to use this, their ability to deliver here, to impress the Australians and the other tour parties who are coming, that we can deliver. So it's not just about Grenada hosting. It's about Grenada hosting on behalf of the region and trying to impress the world. If the South Africans are not satisfied, everything that we discuss in terms of a protocol, it must be signed off on by the South African team. If they are not comfortable, they are going to say no.
Our online audience shared their opinions. Jose commented, "I am calling on Grenadians to boycott this segregated cricket game." Another individual wrote, "This is a big joke. Under normal conditions, the stadium is empty, much less now as you're restricting people." D asked, "So the stadium belongs to only the vaccinated? Let only the vaccinated pay taxes too." Cassandra commented, "Here's my concern. State resources cannot be used discriminatorily. If the government of Grenada is contributing, then there are serious implications." Rupert commented, "This match will cost the government hundreds of thousands of dollars in losses. Face it, before COVID, we never made a dollar in cricket, and now, with all this nonsense, how will they make any money?" And Wilma commented, "The emphasis placed on being vaccinated to attend cricket matches are left to be desired. Place the much-needed emphasis on fixing the current healthcare system and the other infrastructures that badly need attention." That's it for tonight's Social Buzz. If you would like to have your thoughts and concerns shared, be sure to comment on GBN's Facebook page.
We move from the thought process to the visual impact. Let's take a peek through the GBN ISAW lens.
In tonight's GBN ISAW, we have a photograph of some French cashews. The fruit goes by different names across the different Caribbean islands, with many referring to it as pomerac. The pigment of this batch is a deep burgundy. It is said the darker the red, the sweeter the cashew is. One can only wonder how sweet one of these will be. Send us your photo and video submissions via WhatsApp on 405-3052 or our other social media platforms.
Get vaxxed, hey, hey, vaccinated. Get vaxxed, hey, hey, get vaccinated. Vaccinated. So wear your mask, wash your hands, and practice social distance. This is we chance to advance. Come let we fight this COVID at once. So come on, let we fall in line. We want to come back to with social life. There is vaccination island wide. So come on, let we fight it to protect we and we family.
This is a message from the Grenada Red Cross and the Ministry of Health.
Trends come and go, but jewelry is forever in style. Give a gift that lasts a lifetime. Diamond Intercontinental have diamond jewelry, gold and silver jewelries, engagement rings, wedding bands, chains, bracelets, and so much more. They also carry brands such as Anne Klein and Guess. Why wait? Visit Diamond Intercontinental Jewelry Store at the Esplanade Mall. Call 440-231234. The number again, 232-1234.
state-of-the-art Ultratech gasoline and diesel. Available only at Rubis stations.
Montreal, it's time to line virtually one more time. Gemma Rayburn Baines here for Spice Island Cultural Festival, a celebration of Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique. This summer's festival is a celebration of life with food, fashion, music, and culture. Join us online Saturday, July 10th, 3 p.m. on Facebook and YouTube at Spice Island Cultural Festival. Info, spiceislandculturalday.com.
How going on, boy?
Hey, good old things.
Hey, Daisy.
Yeah.
Boy, in line, boy. Your house looking a real good day.
Boy, it's thanks to the hard-working and professional staff at the Housing Authority of Grenada. They handled me real nice. They did my plan, they did the construction, and I didn't even have to worry about a thing. They were there with me every step of the way, supervising the job, asking me about my concerns, giving me feedback as the house took shape. They were there from start to finish, and even put the keys in the palm of my hand. I give them an A++ for customer service.
Oh, it's people from housing bad, boy.
Boy, not bad. Excellent. If you're thinking about constructing your home, why not consult the Housing Authority of Grenada? You could visit them right down in the Sandino complex or give them a call, 440-1015 or 440-1016. Or check out their website, hag473.com. They go handle you. They go jog your blocks, they go draw your plan, they go tote your materials. Hey man, where you going? The Housing Authority of Grenada is your choice for affordable housing and a stress-free construction experience.
The world, we need to be prepared for natural disasters like storms and hurricanes, even outside of the season. I'm sure you'll agree that keeping our loved ones, homes, and businesses safe is important. So, I came up with a few quick tips to help you stay safe. First, make a family disaster plan and ensure that everyone in your household is familiar and comfortable with it. Remember to add batteries and flashlights to your emergency kit. Now, for electrical safety. Familiarize yourself with your electrical panel, as it may be necessary to switch off the power during a storm or flood. Make sure you install a transfer or isolation switch to prevent your generator feeding electricity to Grenlec's line. If trees are too close to power lines, call Grenlec at 237 for advice. By following these easy steps, you will be well on your way to being hurricane ready. Don't be caught off guard by natural disasters. Prepare now. For more information, visit grenlec.com.
It's the way you're making me feel. Been craving you for so long. Craving you. Just one. Girl, you sweet as the sweetest sugar. I love it the way you whine. Father God, I thank you for woman. A blessing to mankind. Please don't wake me if I dream. Yes, I love it the way this feel. So baby, this is the feel. I want you to know that you have been mine for a while now. Taking me high now. Can't fight this feeling. Girl, I've been craving you. Smile, girl, I've been holding this so long. This is the moment in time to tell you the way I feel. Baby, I'm just keeping it real. The sight of you give me chills. I want you to know that you have been mine. Crave for a while now, taking
why you be there for me? Right here. For me, why you be there for me? My crave. For me, why you be there for me? Right here. For me, why you be there for me? Girl, you sweet as the sweetest sugar. I love it the way you whine. Father God, I thank you for woman. A blessing to mankind. Please don't wake me if I dey dream. Yes, I love it the way this feel. So baby, this is the pill. I want you to know that you have been mine. Crave for a while now, taking me high now. Can't fight this feeling, girl. I've been craving you. Got me singing, oh Lord, oh Lord, oh Lord, oh Lord. Been craving you so long. Don't want you to go nowhere, girl. I want you to stay here. Oh Lord, oh Lord, oh Lord, oh Lord. Been craving you so long. Don't want you to go nowhere, girl. I want you to be right here. For me, why you be there for me? Right here.
Welcome back to Good Morning Grenada. It is 18 and a half minutes after the hour of 7 o'clock. Happy to have you joining us. Those of you who are just joining us and those of you who stuck with us, thank you for your patience. Before we get into this morning's Talk the Things Thursday, just as an update, I have received information that the traffic department of the Royal Grenada Police Force has advised that one lane of traffic on the western side, the landslide between Perseverance and Brazan, one lane has been cleared, which would allow traffic to pass. However, because it is one lane and with vehicles moving in both directions, motorists, passengers are advised to expect delays. So you could find alternative routes or you could go the usual route. Just expect delays because of the flow of traffic in both directions, as well as there are people still working in the area to clear the other half of the road. So you have to be mindful of the traffic, have to be mindful of other possible landslides, and you have to be careful and cautious and mindful of the people still working in the area. So again, the landslide on the western side of the island between Perseverance and Brazan, one lane of traffic has been cleared, which will facilitate the flow of traffic. However, expect delays with traffic flowing in both directions. So that's for those of you on the western side of the island, and continue to be cautious, careful, on the lookout for landslides that may be happening in other areas as well. Once the other side has been cleared, Blossom is here to serve. Blossom will pass on the information once she gets it, speaking in the third person. All right, let's get into this morning's Talk the Things Thursday. This morning, the thing I want to talk about, not some English people, maybe does get vexed with me. The thing I want to talk about this morning, I saw an article of a state, Miami is not a state, of a city, one of the major cities in the U.S. Effective July 1st, it will be illegal or against the law to ask somebody their vaccination status. The reasons being that people are being discriminated against if they are vaccinated and if they are not vaccinated, in relation to jobs, in relation to activities they can participate in relation to places they can and cannot go because of their vaccination status. So effective July 1st in Miami, Florida, USA, if you ask somebody their vaccination status, you will be fined $5,000. So the question is this morning, do you think somebody's vaccination status should be confidential? Do you think somebody's vaccination status should be confidential? And listen to me, we're going to stick to the topic this morning. We're picking sides again, or again for the English people. We're picking sides again. Are you on the side of my vaccination status should be confidential? Are you on the side of no, everybody needs to know if you're vaccinated or not? Are you in the middle? I ain't care. Pick a side and stick to the topic. Anybody not sticking to the topic, I would interrupt you, because I find we'd astray. We'd astray in the dance. I don't want us to stray. Stay on topic, stay on board, stay in the dance, stay in the circle, in the building, on the street. Where else we does be again? Stay in the elevator. We staying on topic, please. I beg oh. Let me go.
question this morning, Talk the Things Thursday. Do you think somebody's vaccination status should be confidential information? Landline number 435-2041. WhatsApp number also 435-2041. Please, only written messages on WhatsApp. And you can Talk the Things on Facebook and YouTube. Do you think someone's vaccination status should be confidential? Good morning, caller.
Good morning, Blossom.
Good morning, how you do?
Very well.
All right, what do you think? Which side you on?
Well, Blossom, you see, did you hear about the collapse of a building in Miami?
Yes, I did.
Well, this kind of a nonsense, that's why things will be happening. Have a good day, bye-bye.
So what I mean? Again, we stick on the topic now. I don't understand what I mean. The building it had nothing to do with the vaccine. Stick to the topic, please and thanks. Do you think somebody's vaccination status should be confidential information? Good morning, caller.
Good morning to my brother.
Morning, Miss Jacob Wago.
Auntie.
Long time I didn't hear from you.
Well, I was in hospital last week.
Bonji. But you're out now? You're home, ain't?
Yeah, home.
Okay.
Tuesday morning.
Okay. Well, at least you're better to come out. I don't want to dwell on these things. Good to know you're better.
Tell mommy she big that I come out to stay with your little sister.
I will do that. So stay safe, okay?
Yeah, Bobo.
All right. Bye-bye. Have a good day.
Bye-bye. Love you.
Love.
Bye-bye.
All right. Yes, I want to know I don't hear from you, Miss Jacob. Well, at least you're better to be out of hospital, so that's a good thing. Let me go with the positives this morning. Morning, caller.
Good morning to you.
Morning. How you do?
I'm all right for the time being.
All right. Which side you on?
I think it should be private, but if people want to make it known that I take the vaccine, it's up to them. That's an open thing to them. A doctor also shouldn't go and tell people you take your vaccine, but people who want to tell people, that's up to them.
But do you think people have a right to ask you your vaccination? If I offer the information is one thing, but should people be able to ask me my vaccination status?
Well, that's a genuine question. People could ask you that. It's up to you.
Okay.
I see it as a genuine question. I have taken the vaccine, and I'm free to tell people that. You know, if somebody wants to ask me that, it's left to me to answer. I don't think you could bar people from asking the question. It's left to the person to answer, I think.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Good.
Should somebody's vaccination status be confidential? Somebody on YouTube says no, as in it shouldn't be confidential. All right. Back to the landline. Good morning, caller.
Morning, Blossom.
How you do, Tanti?
Hanging in. How are you doing?
I'm hanging in as well.
You hanging as well. You stay right there.
I shall.
There's lots of pain and aches are going on now in the world today because everybody have a pain and a complaint. So my body's getting weak every day, and I know the pains will come.
Oh my!
But I take it to the Lord in prayer, and you pray for me for my side that I will have such a day to me from this world. Now remember, people of the world, remember there is a God, and if what you're suffering from, God suffer more, and we have to turn to God in prayer and ask Him to help us with our suffering and pain.
Okay.
Well, Sister Jacob not feeling too well.
Right. But Tanti, do you think that somebody's vaccination status should be confidential?
Well, if they're giving vaccine and everybody here, well, you go and take it, but I don't know if people want people to know that they take the vaccine. But if they don't want to take it, you can't force them to take it because this vaccine is not something that will just take away this.
Right, but the question is, should it be confidential? Should I be able to, or should somebody be able to ask me if I'm vaccinated or not?
Yes, they could ask you. If you want to give them an answer, you give them.
Okay.
If somebody want to tell you their business, they tell you. And if they don't want to tell you, don't force them to talk to you.
Okay.
Because this vaccine is not giving life. You don't know if it could take your life or you could give it back to you. So we just have to hold on to God.
Okay.
Because He's the only cure for the virus, okay?
Thank you.
You have a blessed weekend and give your mom my love.
I shall.
Bye.
All right. Somebody on WhatsApp. The last line I'm laughing at. Somebody on WhatsApp says it should be confidential and no one's business. What the right hand do, the left hand should not know. If it was so, I guess lots of Grenadians would be going to the cricket game. They're too fast, mind their business. Oh, great. Do you think somebody's vaccination status should be private? Let me go back on WhatsApp. Somebody on WhatsApp says, No, because you have to show it to do public business. But should that be, well, let me add to it then. Should somebody's vaccination status be confidential? And should your vaccination status determine where you go, what you do, and how you do it? Should you use my vaccination status to tell me what I can and cannot do? Should you, so that's two things, that's two things. Should somebody's vaccination status be confidential? And should businesses, employers use my vaccination status to tell me what I can and cannot do? Good morning, caller.
Hi, good morning.
Morning.
How are you?
I'm good. How you do?
Very fine, thank you.
Lovely. What do you think it is?
I believe that it should be confidential. If it's not, very fine. We're looking at a world of great hypocrisy because at the end of the day, we're trying to stomp out racism and discrimination. And if that creates an avenue for discrimination, then it should be something that remains private and should only be given at the request of the individual.
Okay. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thank you, love. Love. Thank you very much. Somebody on Facebook says, it's nobody's business whether or not you're vaccinated. No. Another Facebooker says, too much is happening in Grenada for our leaders looking for system to belittle us. Okay. YouTube says, when starting school, you have to present vaccination cards. So what's the difference? Another YouTuber says, flying from the UK to Grenada, the airline and Grenada authorities need to know. No drama. Another YouTuber, y'all really need to understand the purpose of confidentiality. Privacy is a right. And somebody else on YouTube says it shouldn't be confidential. YouTube are coming back. Hold on. WhatsApp. Somebody on WhatsApp. Somebody on WhatsApp says, yes, vaccination should be confidential. Medical information on the whole should be confidential. Freeze WhatsApp, freeze on me. Yeah. Somebody else on WhatsApp says, yes, it should be confidential. And Minister Steele should follow Miami and implement that here since he likes to follow other countries. Lord, all you do nice in the dance. Should one's vaccination status be confidential? And should business places, my employers, tell me what I can and cannot do because of my vaccination status? Back by the landline while YouTube restarted self. Good morning, caller.
Morning.
Morning, how you do?
Not too bad.
All right, what do you think?
I would just like to suggest to youth to refrain from tolerating melee answers on the radio.
You mean like the one you just give? Okay. All right, back on. Back on YouTube. Somebody else on YouTube says, hold on. Somebody on YouTube says, do you want your boss to have access to your gynae information? All right. Good morning, caller.
Good morning.
Good morning. How you do?
I'm good.
All right. What do you think?
I think it should be confidential because when I check out what's going on, if you can't go in this place, people could ask you, you're going in a business place, you have the vaccine, you don't have the vaccine, and they could discriminate against you. I think it should be confidential. You don't have to tell nobody. It's your business. Good morning.
Thank you very much, caller. Let me see what's on Facebook. Somebody on Facebook says vaccination status should be confidential, just like your AIDS status. Okay, lost that caller. Let me go back on YouTube. YouTube pumping this morning. Somebody on pumping. Oh, Michael, thank you. I see what you're doing. Thank you. Appreciate you. All right, somebody on. How do you call the thing again? We're gonna remember YouTube. Somebody on YouTube says It is always illegal to do what they're doing now. No people fighting for segregation. I always wondered how it was that we were sold into slavery. This is how. Good morning, caller.
Good morning, Blossom.
Good morning, how you do?
So I think I'm doing well. I think it should be confidential, just like the COVID information is confidential. The government never released who has COVID or who does not have COVID. They just give them a number, case number 1, case number 2, because your medical information is confidential. And so is your COVID vaccination status. That's medical, so it should be confidential.
Thank you very much. I didn't think about that part in Jordan. Yeah, you didn't tell me who had the COVID, but now you want to know if I'm vaccinated or not. I didn't think about that part, caller. Thanks. Good looking out. Let me see. Facebook. Somebody on Facebook. Work with me, Facebook. Somebody on Facebook says it should be confidential. Based on what was presented about Miami, it's necessary to prevent discrimination once protocols are observed. Another Facebooker says, what happens medically should be private. No one should be forced to disclose their medical records, whether it's vaccine, sickness, or illness. What goes on between you, the nurses, and the doctor is private and patient confidentiality. If not, best you get a loudspeaker and broadcast to the whole world. I get the shot, I got the shot, in a loud voice. Good morning, caller.
Good morning, Blossom.
Morning.
And good morning to your listening audience. No, Blossom, the reason why I'm saying this that should not be confidential is because this is not normal times. You know, this is curfew, this is state of emergency, this is lockdown, this is nobody cannot move. So this is not normal time. And if vaccination is a step, you know, to bring us back to that kind of normalcy, I don't see why it should be confidential. For example, if I have taken my vaccine, I should, why to protect? I see it as protecting myself, protecting my family. So if you ask me, I feel obligated to tell you because I would like you to know that you're doing the same thing for your family too. Now, there are if vaccination is is what could get you into the cricket game, and you don't want to disclose your status, that's your business. You stay outside the gate. Just like in SGU, you don't want to, no problem. You stay outside the gate. Thank you for the time, Blossom.
Thank you very much for your contribution. All right, should my vaccination status be confidential, and should business places, employers tell you what you can and cannot do based on your vaccination status? Somebody on Facebook says, I think you should, because you don't know who have the virus. Many people are still walking out there and don't know if they got it. I'm a born Grenadian, and listening to the people down there, they act as if they don't have common sense. Common sense? Another Facebooker says, I see nothing wrong with your vaccination status being known. Before a child enters school, you must declare their vaccination card or else. So what's the difference? Good morning, caller.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Okay, yes, to me it should be confidential. Hence the reason, if somebody has COVID-19 and if they die from it, they do not announce that the person died from COVID-19. If they refuse to give the person name that died from COVID-19, it should be confidential. And say, if they die from it, say they die from it. Don't keep it a secret. Thank you.
Thank you very much, caller. Somebody on, let me go back by YouTube. Hold on. Where are we trying YouTube again? Somebody on YouTube says, hold on. No business can tell employees what to do because it is illegal. Another YouTuber says, why didn't they quarantine and force vaccination when AIDS was rampant? Another YouTuber says, can you ask someone if they have a sickness that you can die from? Another YouTuber, serious business. It shouldn't be confidential. Facts. Chronic giving trouble on the people YouTube. All right, let me go back by Facebook. Somebody on Facebook says, okay, no, all the quarreling man. Back on WhatsApp. WhatsApper says, right, I don't care about whether you vaccinated or not. It's not like if you're vaccinated, you can't get the virus or you can't still pass it on. If you get the vaccine, is your own business. Another WhatsApper, very confidential. Great move, Miami. Next thing, they're going to want to know who have HIV/AIDS. Back by the phone lines before we go to a break. Good morning, caller.
Hi, good morning.
Morning. What do you think?
Blossom is not confidential because, number one, you're lining up to take this vaccine. You're not going by a private doctor. Secondly, the media is there to pick you up, showing you that. So there's no way this could be confidential.
All right. Thank you very much, caller. And on that note, let's take a break, pay some bills, and then we're going to come back inside with some more on Talk the Things Thursday. And then a little closer to 8 o'clock, we're going to link up with an officer of the traffic department of the Royal Grenada Police Force who can give us some information on the landslide on the western side of the island. So stick and stay. Lots to share this morning, lots to hear from you this morning. Good morning, Grenada. We'll be right back.
Bruv. Hello? I can't see you. What's good? But I can't even hear you. Yo. Hello? Hello? Ah.
Okay, I see. I'm good. I'm coming in.
Ah. There you are.
Live the experience right now. Enjoy high-quality video calling today. Stream, upload, and share with Digicel super fast LTE network. Visit our stores today and live the experience today. Digicel.
Are you looking for quality herbs and herbal supplements? Or are you thinking about having a complete body cleanse to jumpstart your health? Then no need to look further. Visit Nirvana Natural Health Clinic, Detox Center, and Natural Health Store. We carry a wide range of herbal products for kidney and gallstone cleansing, male sexual enhancement formulas, asthma and sinusitis, gas and bloating, acid reflux, constipation, arthritis, imbalanced hormones, female health issues, liver cleansing, weight loss, and so much more. Also available, colonic irrigation, holistic health consultations, essential oils, and diffusers. Look out for our online natural health store coming soon. Call 231-6642 418-7115 or 449-7753 to find out about our delivery options or to book an appointment. Visit us at Belmont St. George's, close to the Fallage, Monday to Saturday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Nirvana Natural Health Clinic. Detox your way to health.
Once upon a time, we shopped at Wonderland, then Neverland. But we're all grown up now and no longer believe in fairy tales. So now we just shop at Shoes R Us. At Shoes R Us, we stock the latest in shoes, tops, and jeans for the fashion-conscious lady. We also carry colognes and much, much more. And for the modern trendy male, we have the latest brand name shoes and sneakers, Converse, Reebok, Nike, K-Swiss, Puma, and much more. So check us out at our two convenient locations, Melville Street in St. George and Ben Jones Street in Granville. At Shoes R Us, we say, come shop with us.
I'm reaching my dreams with GOT. They're the ones for me. I'm reaching my dreams with GOT. They're the ones for me. Since 1983, they've been serving the country, and we like all their financing, giving the people what they want, what they need, what they love. Come and join the family that's here for you all the way, from birth to graduation, your first job to your home, and your card through your golden years.
The GT Credit Union has been actively supporting nation building through its many sponsorships and programs, including Financial Literacy Quiz, Pass the Torch Calypso Program, Junior Cooperatives in Secondary Schools, CPEA, and the TAMCC Grants. The credit union has helped many people make their dreams come true. Let them help you with yours. You don't have to be a teacher to be a member. So what are you waiting for?
GUT Credit Union, it's where
customer services, bill payment, revenue collections. It's the official opening, NOASA's Lucas Street headquarters.
Come, we are excited to serve you.
NOASA, committed to meeting customers' needs.
Welcome back to Good Morning Grenada. It is now 17 minutes onto the hour of 8 o'clock. Let's get back into this morning's Talk to Things Thursday. Do you think somebody's vaccination status should be confidential? And do you think business places, employers have a right to tell me what I can, or no, not have a right. Do you think business places and employers should tell me what I can and cannot do based on my vaccination status? Landline number, once again, 435-2041. WhatsApp number is also 435-2041. Please continue. Only written messages on WhatsApp. So far, so good this morning. And you can also talk the things on Good Morning Grenada on GPN's Grenada Broadcasting Network's Facebook page and the Grenada Broadcasting Network's YouTube channel. We only have 5 more minutes as I need to link up with the traffic department of the RGPF to get an update on the western side of the island. So let's get back to the phone lines. Morning, caller.
Hi, Blossom. Morning. I'm back again. Listen, this thing could never be potential because they had this lotto draw. Once you're the winner, the world know you've been vaccinated. So I see no sense in that being any confidential.
Okay, thank you very much.
Bye-bye.
All right, somebody on YouTube. Nobody who isn't vaccinated is stopping you from taking the vaccine. Nobody who isn't vaccinated is asking for you to lose your job. Facebook comment, Mike, I appreciate you this morning, brother. Facebook comment, no, it should not be confidential. People should know as to whether or not they may have come into contact with someone carrying the virus. One cannot always use Florida as perfect example. Take a look at their COVID-19 cases. Yeah, but vaccinated or not, whether they have the virus or not, neither does not depend on the other, because vaccinated or not, I could still have and pass it on. So people have a right to know whether they have been in contact with somebody carrying the virus, but you don't have a right to know my vaccine status. Catch what I'm saying? I confuse myself, but I hope all you catch what I'm saying. I hope all you catch what I'm saying. It don't matter whether I'm vaccinated or not. I could still pass it on to you, and you still have a right to know vaccinated or not. Back to the landline. Good morning, caller.
Morning, Blossom.
Morning.
To your listener and your viewers. Now, sometimes the questions I ask are kind of, maybe, I don't know, maybe awkward questions, but at the same time, let me give it a little thought. I think, first of all, anything that government is involved in, like in the case of the vaccination, there's no privacy. Anybody who needs to know or wants to know can know. History have shown that. So that's one. So there's no privacy in that. So I think it's all a game, and unfortunately, people allow themselves to be part of a game. I think we need to be asking more fundamental questions like, are we doing what is necessary to ensure that we stem the tide? And what we're doing, is it going to cause problems? For instance, are we prepared if there's a spike after the weekend, the matches with the South Africans and so on? I mean, are we doing what is necessary?
Okay.
And should we take Blossom? I don't always get the opportunity.
Yeah, but I want to stick to the topic.
Yeah, but I know I'm sticking to the topic. Are we ensuring that people are doing the basic that we need to be doing, like for instance the sanitization, the wearing a mask, and all them kind of things? This to me is more important. More important, we should be emphasizing those things.
All right. Thank you. Stick to the topic. Should my vaccination status be confidential? Open line Friday. Tomorrow, please allow on to the point. Feel free then. All right, back on WhatsApp. Somebody on WhatsApp says, if you are wearing a mask, it is none of my business. They are calling the ID a passport. So what do we use a passport for? Another WhatsApper says, I don't think it should be kept confidential. During carnival activities all over the world, don't people expose their privates? What are they doing with the people vaccine? Somebody else on WhatsApp says, my thoughts. Our culture and history of our people were ignorance. We were told anything in the past. We were not told anything in the past. Just take it and do as I say. So this explosion is new to us and we are not prepared to receive it properly. Likewise, our counterparts are always informed since small and are knowledgeable in dealing with information. The answer for me is both. Strike a balance. Good morning, caller.
Morning.
Morning.
Your brother here. Watch me. The question you ask doesn't desire any prolonged explanation. It's not even in Grenada to say where you are here. You want to know what the people doing to their people there, what you think, if it is they should do it or not. You have to explain and educate. I mean,
I don't understand.
Listen to me. When the people want to answer a question, they're going to know you who and come back. You understand what I'm little talking?
Yes, I know.
You understand? Say, I don't like it, yes, it should be, and thinking, but we want to go right
Okay, I understand what you're saying. So what do you think? Do you think it should be confidential?
Well, they decide to do it, and it's up to the individual asking the question. Right? I can't put thing about that. I'm thinking you have to know what is safe, because at the same time, when you ask people to take vaccination, people kicking against it and not giving them the chance to decide for themselves. And look at the employment place telling you what you should do and things. So it's up to, you know what I mean?
Okay.
Yes.
No problem.
But it's not long minutes and keeping back other people.
Thank you. That's why I'm trying to keep everybody on topic. Somebody on WhatsApp says, with issues of public health nature, they can. I had to get vaccination for yellow fever to travel to an African country and a Caribbean country, and the certificate was checked at the airport. I had no problem with that. Also, to enter school, my parents had to present my childhood vaccination certificate. COVID vaccine is no different. However, it's early to be making these demands on people. There is also evidence of discrimination based on vaccination status. By the way, confidentiality is on a need-to-know basis. Important point. Need-to-know basis. All right, let us take a quick break, like a 30-second break, while I link up with Superintendent Randy Connaught of the Traffic Department of the Royal Grenada Police Force so we can get an update on the landslide on the western side of the island. We will be right back in a shorter than short shot. Hold on.
Are you looking for quality herbs and herbal supplements, or are you thinking about having a complete body cleanse to jumpstart your health? Then no need to look further. Visit Nirvana Natural Health Clinic, Detox Center, and Natural Health Store. We carry a wide range of herbal products for kidney and gallstone cleansing, male sexual enhancement formulas, asthma and sinusitis, gas and bloating, acid reflux, constipation, arthritis, imbalanced hormones, female health issues, liver cleansing, weight loss, and so much more. Also available, colonic irrigation, holistic health consultations, essential oils, and diffusers. Look out for our online natural health store coming soon. Call 231-6642 for 18-7115 or 449-7753 to find out about our delivery options or to book an appointment. Visit us at Belmont St. George's, close to the Fallage, Monday to Saturday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Nirvana Natural Health Clinic. Detox your way to health.
Welcome back to Good Morning Grenada. Joining us online right now is Superintendent Randy Connaught of the Traffic Department of the Royal Grenada Police Force, and he's online to give us an update on the landslide on the western side of the island. Good morning, Superintendent Connaught. How are you, sir?
Good morning, Boston, and good morning, Grenada, and thank you for having me.
It's a pleasure, sir.
It's a pleasure to provide an update on the side at the Brisbane area. As we are aware that most of Grenada woke up to the news of a land slippage along the Brisbane Public Road, which totally restricted vehicular access along the western corridor. Of course, commuters on the western side traveling into St. George and vice versa would have been significantly affected, and most persons, because of this incident, can reasonably reach to work late this morning because they had to use alternative routes. The traffic department received this report at approximately 5:50 this morning, and the traffic duty officer along with a crew from the fire department responded to the area to do an assessment. Immediately after this information came to our attention, we contacted the Chief Technical Officer in the Ministry of Infrastructure, and she mobilized a response crew who was deployed to that area. And I must say also that we had joining the team the efforts of some good Samaritans within the area and a good corporate citizen who had an excavator in the area, luckily at that time, which provided timely support to this operation. It was indeed a Herculean task, and the most recent video sent to me over half an hour ago suggested or indicated that a significant part of the roadway was cleared to afford for one-lane vehicular traffic, and I must say that is an excellent effort by the response crew. Never in my wildest dream, from what I've seen in the first video footage, that our efforts could have realized the clearing of a pathway to give access to one-lane traffic. So I want to commend the response crew for that. Again, we had to divert traffic over the Belvedere and through Grenada area, and one of the major concerns coming out of that was because of the overnight showers that we experienced. We were not certain whether or not there was going to be landslides within those areas or trees falling across the road, impeding access to vehicles. So we had to again send out crews to ensure that those areas are free from debris and obstructions. And I think another concern again was that persons not being familiar traveling along those routes and having to interact with a larger volume of traffic in those areas was another serious concern relative to vehicular accidents. But suffice to say, everything from all indications thus far indicates that we have weathered the storm on this one. Vehicles are now being granted access through the Brizan area. We're going to expect some delays as the road crew continue to forge ahead with the efforts to ensure that the road is totally cleared of all debris and dangerous material. And at the end of the operation, the fire department, I would engage them again to respond to return to that area to wash off all the extra silt and mud, all the particles that would be on the public road to render the area totally safe to the motoring public. So I really want to applaud at this time the patience of the motoring public, and again seriously applaud the efforts of the response crew this morning. It was indeed a phenomenal act and having to undertake this mammoth task. So we will return into a state of normalcy in maybe the next hour or so, but it is a situation that warranted serious effort and mobilization and coordination of effort, and I think we achieved that very well this morning.
Superintendent Connaught, although the western side may be the major landslide we've had this morning, do you have reports of others that you are looking at, whether on a small scale? I know yesterday there was a boulder that came down in the Redgate area as well. Other areas that we're looking at?
Well, indications from all of the other traffic outposts thus far. I'm not certain about other remote areas, but so far along the major access roadways, we have had no reports of any major land slippage that would impede or significantly affect road traffic this morning.
Okay, great. Nice to know. Thank you very much, Superintendent Connaught, for that update.
I wish everyone in the motoring public especially a very safe day today.
Thank you very much. And as you said, this will be about an hour or so before the road is completely cleared, well, at least both lanes?
And that is my estimation. From the efforts that I've seen thus far, I believe that if we continue along this vein, we should see the roadway being totally open within the next hour.
Okay, good news. Thank you very much, Superintendent Connaught. Have yourself a good day. I appreciate it.
Always a pleasure.
All right.
Bye-bye now.
Superintendent Randy Connaught of the Traffic Department of the Royal Grenada Police Force, an update on the landslide on the western side of the island. Those of you who are just joining us, it was, like he indicated, it was just around 6 o'clock this morning that a landslide on the area between Perseverance and Brazan St. George rendered the road impassable up to about, maybe about 45 minutes ago. Just about 45 minutes ago, one side or one lane was cleared to facilitate the flow of traffic, but work continues to clear both sides of the roadway, and Superintendent Connaught indicated that hopefully, let's say in an hour, which is about 9 o'clock, hopefully the road will be cleared, at least from the major debris, and it's just to wash off the silt and debris left on the roadway. Continue to be cautious, especially those of you on the western side of the island, those of you who live in flood-prone areas, those of you who live in other areas where where you notice there have been little movement of rock and mud and boulders on the sides of hills and maybe even a precipice or so, just please continue to be careful and cautious. If you need assistance, I suggest you reach out to the authorities, whether it be the RGPF or even a neighbor, to help you in any way that they can, considering the heavy rainfall that we are expecting for the rest of the week, actually. So please continue to be safe. All right, this is where we are going to end the televised portion of Good Morning Grenada. Thank you so very much to Superintendent Cannot, and thank you to viewers and listeners for participating in Talk the Things Thursday. There are still some comments that I haven't gotten to, but it's Open Line Friday tomorrow on To The Point. Tomorrow Friday, yes, today Thursday. So tomorrow Friday, it's Open Line Friday on To The Point, so we can always continue the conversation then. We now get ready to join the BBC for its 8 a.m. newscast. Have yourselves an enjoyable, safe, wet, thankful Thursday, and continue to be safe and cautious. Bye-bye.